For today's topic, I've chosen my 7-year Go Weight anniversary on Weight Watchers. If you're interested in knowing more, stay tuned. Hello. Like I said in my intro, today's topic is my 7-year Go Weight anniversary on Weight Watchers. Today is not the actual day that I normally celebrate it. It actually happened on October the 2nd, which was a week ago Saturday. But I must have been so busy that I never thought about it until a few days later. Well, I finally did think about it and got Papa to take a couple of pictures of me, but then I also took some pictures of myself last Saturday in the same area where I've taken a lot of pictures over the years. Now, why did I start taking pictures in the first place? My YouTube channel was the last thing I was thinking about when I weighed 213 pounds. But I had read some success stories on the Weight Watcher website, and many of those women had before and after pictures. Several of them had pictures the day they started Weight Watchers. And because I had seen those success stories before I ever started Weight Watchers, I decided I was going to do that too. Now, do I wish that I was a better photographer? Many times I do. Do I wish that I had maybe worn different clothing to where it showed more of what size I really was? Sure, but I didn't wear clothes that showed what size I really was. 213 pounds was a lot of weight on these two legs, and I tried my best to camouflage it as well as I could, which I know a lot of you out there understand. I wore dark clothing. I wore anything I could do to not point attention to my body size. And over the years, I'd fluctuated so much, it just was something I'd got used to being able to do, wear dark clothing. Anyway, to get back to my anniversary, I started Weight Watchers, as I have said so many times before, on January the 9th, 2014. I weighed 213 pounds. And less than 9 months later, like 1 week being 9 months, on October the 2nd, 2014, I reached the goal weight that I initially set for myself when I started Weight Watchers in January. It was 137 pounds. That put me into a healthy weight range. Now you'll notice I try to avoid the term normal. We're all normal. We're all abnormal. And so I don't like to use the word normal because I feel like I was a normal person all those years before I got in a healthy weight range. But I wasn't healthy. So that's a better term for me, is a healthy weight range. That's one of the reasons I ended up picking my name of Meema McLiving Healthy. That's what I'm trying to do now. And for many years, I sort of tried to live healthy, but I never ate healthy. Now, why do I think I am celebrating 7 years at Go Weight? The biggest thing is I believed that I could. I believed in the program that I undertook. I'm not saying that Weight Watchers is the program that will work for everybody. but I believed that I could do it. For the first time in my life, I believed that this was something I could do long term. I'd never thought on all those other diets that I went on that this was going to be a lifetime. I never did. I always thought, well, if I can go on a diet for about 3 to 6 months and lose quite a bit of weight, I'll be able to get back in a size 12 and I'll be fine with that. In January of 2014, my legs, my feet, my ankles were in such bad shape, I no longer had that option about if I go on a diet for 3 to 6 months. I knew that this was going to be a lifetime commitment. And why have I been able to do it? I know that a big portion of it is because I believed in myself. I'm reading a book right now that is entitled 40 Days to a Joy-Filled Life. And it's so appropriate because so many times it talks about a positive attitude can change our whole lives. And even though I'm sitting here at a healthy weight, I still didn't have a very positive attitude toward my self-esteem. So I'm still working on that. But I did have a positive attitude about I was going to do it now. I was going to succeed at something that I had never been able to succeed at, which is long-term weight loss. Now, have I been successful the whole 7 years? No. I've explained here several times that I gained 25 pounds in about 18 months. But still I was only, when all was said and done, I was no more than 10 pounds over what a healthy weight range started at 141. And I was cognizant of I was gaining the weight that whole time. You know, last year I found myself gaining weight, but I was determined not to gain the weight that I'd even gained in 2016 and 17. And it kept me from having to get a lot of weight off after going through all that craziness last year. I read somewhere the other day that up to 80% of people on Weight Watchers, or people that had filled out some kind of questionnaire that were on some kind of weight loss program, had gained weight last year. And many of them had gained over 50 pounds. Now, why did that happen? Because their focus moved from being a success, from being able to do what you set your mind to do, to seeing what was out in the world and all the stress and all of the major things we had to live through last year, being stuck at home. Oh my goodness, I never realized how much of a people person I was until I couldn't be around people. And that's when I realized that. But because of the years that I had gone through learning Weight Watchers, learning my triggers, learning how to be a success, it didn't get out of hand last year. Oh, it could have. It really could have. Because I went through some stressful times, not just what everybody else was going through, but there was stressful times with family. I mean, we went through at least 3 very stressful times in my family last year. It didn't make it any easier to keep the weight off. But I had a plan that I was following, and I never diverted that far from it. So even though it took me over a year to get my mind back into losing those 10 pounds, which I have now, it still, my mindset still kept me from gaining a lot of the weight back. I did gain some of it back, but not all of it. And I say this often, I give you out there who have been watching me since May and since the last few months, I give you a lot of the credit of me sitting here 10 pounds lighter than I was back in May when I restarted filming, because you've held me accountable. You've made me realize when I was about to eat something, whoa, Meema, let's not do it. You got to make a video next week. So let's be accountable to somebody, not just yourself, but to somebody, and it helps me to do that. Anyway, over the years, I have taken pictures of myself at 2 anniversaries. Now, not every year, but most years. And the 2 anniversaries are the around the 9th of January, which that was when I started Weight Watchers, and then around the 2nd of October, and that's when I attained my first goal weight. Now, I stayed on weight loss mode until February of 2015, but I still feel like I reached what my initial goal was on October the 2nd of 2014. So that's when I marked that day. That's when I felt like I was finally in a healthy weight range and was going to try my best to stay in it. Our mindset, the way we view ourselves has a lot to do with the way we can be successful. So that's why I took the pictures. Some years I don't look very good. Even after I lost the initial 90 pounds, there's still years in there where I gained 20 of it back. And so I don't look very good in those pictures, but they're still out there. And I was determined to do it. You know, before I started Weight Watchers, there were very few pictures of me full body. Now I try to do it probably at least once every 6 months. And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes I don't want to do it because I don't have the best self-image of myself, but I'm determined to show myself what I look like. So I'm going to share some of those pictures with you today. I already shared some in my intro, so I'm going to share a few more at the end, and it will show a progression of pretty much what I looked like 7 years ago and what I look like today. Now, I know you can see what I look like today right now, but you're not getting the whole picture. And except for maybe my feet being cut off, most of these pictures will show the whole picture of me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, press the notification button, and comment below. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Goodbye.